I did everything right this week and the scale still went up. Today, we're going to talk about how you can do everything right. You could do better than you've ever done in a week, and the scale can still go up. The cool thing is that I have the data to prove that I actually did better this week than the scale number wants to say. And I can't wait to break all that down for you. If you don't know who I am, hi, I am Nikki. This is the channel where we talk about everything weight loss in relation to GLP-1. I've been on a GLP-1 for over 2.5 years. I started off at 258 pounds. Today, I am 188 pounds. And I am still in this. My goal weight is 135 pounds. So I still have a lot of weight to lose. And we're kind of into this phase where the medication has stopped being magic for me, and I'm having to make actual lifestyle changes to help me lose weight. I have to actually change my eating patterns. I have to add in exercise. We are in the more experimental phase. I would say this phase is way more exciting than the phase before as far as the things that are happening, because when I went from 258 pounds to 200 pounds, that was almost magic. And I don't like to say that a GLP-1 is magic because it's not. It was still difficult. There was still a lot of things that were going on, lots of side effects, all of the things, but I didn't have to change my eating. I didn't have to exercise. I didn't have to change a lot, if anything, of what I was already doing in my everyday life. And the weight just came off, and it came off at a pretty decent pace. And then I hit 200 pounds and it just kind of stopped. It came to a drastic halt. And I had to really start to analyze the things I was doing, or I guess the things I wasn't doing. And I was stuck between 200 and 180 for an entire year. Like, I've been stuck for an entire year between these same 20 pounds, gaining and losing, not being consistent. And we're finally in this phase where I'm starting to experiment with the things that I need to do to change my lifestyle to have the life that I want, essentially. Because right now, I'm going to have to act like I am 135 pounds, living in a healthy body, in a healthy lifestyle, in order to get myself to that end goal. And that's what we're doing. But this week, the scale went up and I did everything right. I did all of the things. This was an amazing week. And I still gained 1.5 pounds. Last week, I was 187.2 pounds. And this week, I'm 188.7 pounds. So that's a gain of 1.5 pounds. But we are going to break that number apart and talk about what that actually means, because I did recently get a new scale. I got the Hume Body Pod, and it actually tracks a lot more than a regular scale. It's going to be way more accurate when it breaks down the muscle loss, the fat loss, the muscle gain, the BMR, all of the things that like actually matter versus just that number. So we're going to break all that down. We're also going to talk about my week. Like, what did I eat? Did I eat out? Did I order food to school? All of the goals that you guys know, if you've been around, that I have set for myself. And if I did them and how my week went. There's a lot to break down today. Let's start with how my week went, and then we will bring in the actual data as that makes sense. I did sign up for a gym membership this week. I went in on Monday and set everything up. I really believe that having a gym membership is the right path for me, just because if I work out at home, I'm not as consistent. Not even like consistency, because I could probably be more consistent at home versus having to go into the gym. But I don't enjoy working out at home at all. I love working out in the gym. Like, that is exciting for me. I get like some peace and quiet. I can put my headphone in. I'm currently listening to the Haymitch Hunger Games book. I don't even know what it's called, but the one that's about Haymitch. I'm currently listening to that. So I can put that in and I can like just kind of go into my own headspace and block out for a minute and just be alone, because I could put my kids into the daycare that's at my gym. I absolutely love the daycare. The kids love it. It's really amazing. And I can just kind of be by myself and take that time, versus if I'm working out at home, I'm still like, what is my 4-year-old doing? I have to have him on the camera, or he's in the living room with me and he's running around, and it's just very chaotic, and I can't just kind of be by myself and work out and enjoy the process. So while I might be able to work out more often if I'm at home, I still think that I'm getting a better workout overall. Even if I just go to the gym 2 times, my goal is 3 times a week. But this week I only went twice. On Monday, I went in and I did a lower body workout. I tend to go for the machines because I just know how they work and there's pictures and I feel less dumb when I'm there. So I went through and did all of the lower body machines on Monday. And then I also walked on the treadmill for about 15 minutes. I was there for 45 minutes and I enjoyed every single minute. I loved it so much. I probably would have stayed longer, but it was late. It was after school and I needed to get the kids home and have dinner. I went ahead and just did a 45-minute workout and I felt great. The next day, I didn't feel any soreness whatsoever. I felt just fine, but I can't go to the gym on Tuesdays because my daughter has gymnastics. The plan is to go Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, or Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. For sure, Monday, Wednesday, and then one of those 2 days, possibly Saturdays. So we went again on Wednesday and I did an upper body workout. And again, I loved it. I enjoyed it. I did the machines. I went and did some of the like pull downs, like the cord machines. I also walked on the treadmill again for about 15 minutes. We were there for probably the same, about 45, 50 minutes. And again, it was great. I couldn't wait to go back. I felt amazing. It felt so good to get into the gym and work out. Now, I also started my period on Wednesday, which means that now I'm feeling kind of bloated and gross. I still went to the gym. It still felt amazing. And I had every intention of going to the gym on Thursday. But my best friend came in town and I haven't seen her in like 3 years. So I didn't go to the gym because we went to have dinner with her instead. I felt fine. I would have gone to the gym otherwise because I felt good. Now, Friday, I woke up to insane soreness. Like, I couldn't even lift my arms up like this without, like, it would be like I would get here and it would be like complete pain. I was in so much pain. And I went to work. I was like trying to stretch my muscles. It was so painful. It was so painful. And I'm still like on my period. I could not go to the gym on Friday. I wanted to, I planned to. I actually like told my kids we were going to go. They were all excited. I felt so bad not taking them. But I just couldn't. My arms hurt so bad. And I think that I probably just overdid it. When it comes to my arms, I tend to go on a heavier weight than maybe my legs, because my legs, again, still fine. But my arms are so sore. And yesterday, Saturday, still so sore. Today, feeling better. You can see I can lift them, I can stretch them, but I still feel it. Like my arms are still sore from Wednesday's workout. And this is when I tend to quit the gym, because like I've done this before and it hurts and it's painful, but I'm not planning on it. Like I'm planning on going to the gym tomorrow after school. I'm going to do a leg workout again. I'm still going to let my arms get unsore even more. I also am planning on adding in maybe some creatine. I'm taking instant aminos, but clearly that's not helping enough. So adding in maybe some creatine can help repair my muscles. I definitely need to like do something that's going to help repair my muscles, because it was painful. Like it was so bad. I could barely move my arms and I don't like it. Also on Wednesday when I do my arm workout, I'm probably going to do lower. I think I just don't know what to do as far as the weight. I'm going to probably just do the minimum and just start to ease my arms into the workout versus trying to overdo it, which I think maybe I did do. But I'm not giving up going to the gym. And I guess the moral of this is that like I am sore. My muscles are torn. My muscles are repairing. That 1.5 pound gain happens every single time I start working out. Every single time. I've said this before. I've told you guys this before. One of the biggest reasons why I don't start working out is because I know it's going to come with a weight gain, and the weight gain scares me, and I don't like to see it, and it messes with my head. But I'm not going to give up this time. The great thing about having the Hume Body Pod is that is breaking down as far as where the weight gain is coming from and where it's not as clearly as I had hoped it was going to. I actually wished that the data was given to me a bit more clearly in the Hume Body Pod app. I kind of wish that it would tell me. I have not figured out if there's a way for me to compare one week to the other and it give me like actual numbers as far as like, oh, plus 0.5 or, like my arm went up 0.5 body fat or down. Like, it does not compare things as well as I would like. So what I ended up doing was a report from last Sunday to this Sunday, and then I downloaded it as a screenshot and I uploaded it into ChatGPT. Obviously, ChatGPT is amazing, and ChatGPT was able to break it down for me in a much more understanding way, which I have right here on my phone, and I'm going to explain it to you the best way. So first of all, the scale went up 1.5 pounds. Last week, 187.2. This week, 188.7. But my body fat percentage actually went down. So my body fat percentage between last week and this week went down. The number on the scale went up, but my body fat went down. My lean mass held steady. My skeletal muscle went up, which is exactly what we expect when I'm going back to the gym. I want my skeletal muscle to go up. That's what I want to go up. So it did go up. My BMR, which is what I burn just sitting naturally, also went up. So my BMR last week was 1290. This week it's 1300. When you start gaining muscle, one of the biggest advantages of having more muscle is that your BMR is going to rise and you are going to burn more calories just by simply being, by sitting. You're going to burn more calories. So that BMR going up is huge for only 2 days at the gym. My body cell mass also went up, which is healthy tissue. So everything is screaming that I had an amazing week except for the number on the scale. And we've got to be able to look past that number sometimes and actually deep dive into, okay, what is going on? If you started exercising and your muscles are sore and your muscles are pulling in water to repair those tears and your muscles are building and your muscles, like that is going to immediately cause that number to go up on the scale. I also just ended my period yesterday, which means that my body is still going back to its normal state. So the number on the scale really does not mean anything this week. I'm not worried about it. I'm not stressed out. It just annoys me a little bit because I have been losing weight the last few weeks, and the fact that now like it's back above 188, it's annoying. But at the same time, I'm very happy to have this scale and ChatGPT to kind of just break it down for me. It literally says, my body is shifting from pure weight loss into fat loss and muscle development. This is the awkward transition phase where the scale doesn't tell the whole truth. If you are not using ChatGPT to break down what could be happening, I don't know what you're doing. Because a lot of the times we just get into our own head and we go down this whole rabbit hole of we are doing something wrong. It's not working. And that's just not the case. It is working. If you don't know how to use ChatGPT for things like this, let me know. Like I could probably put together something. I just use it every day. So for me, it just comes naturally. If I have a question or if I need a pep talk or if I need something, ChatGPT is where I go. Just another example of this is that last week, you guys know that I was having some pretty bad side effects. And this week, I am not having those same side effects because I asked ChatGPT to help me come up with a plan of what to eat on injection day. I did not lower my dose. I know that was up in the air. Was I going to lower my dose? Which, by the way, every time I say I'm on a dose, everyone in my comments is like, up your dose. You're not on a high enough dose. You need to up your dose. You need to up your dose. And then last week I made a video about my side effects, and now everyone's telling me to go down. I'm on a too high of a dose. Like, first I'm being told to higher my dose. Now I'm being told to lower my dose. So I'm just going to do what I want to do. But I did not lower my dose. I stayed on the same dose. I am on a 6 milligram dose. I took it Friday morning. I did it in my right thigh. I have a massive bruise, by the way, where I injected. I don't know what I did, but there's a big old bruise there. But that morning, I asked ChatGPT what I should eat to keep the diarrhea at bay and the sulfur burps. Friday was the only day that I ordered food this week, so huge non-scale win there. I actually brought food every single day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I brought food to work. I did bring food on Friday, but what I brought was probably going to upset my stomach. So we settled on ordering Panera, and I ordered chicken noodle soup and a piece of bread. And that's what I had for lunch. And then for dinner, I came home and I made some turkey and cheese sliders. And that's what I ate on Friday. So there wasn't anything that was like super heavy fat. There was nothing fried. And I just made sure that I stuck to what ChatGPT said. And I asked ChatGPT, I said, can I have these turkey and cheese sandwiches for dinner? And ChatGPT was like, yes, that should not affect your stomach, blah, blah, blah. We came up with a whole plan and I stuck to it. And on Friday night, I had no sulfur burps and I had no diarrhea throughout the next day at all. Like, it is Sunday. It's morning. It's 9 a.m. on Sunday morning, and I have not had diarrhea at all this weekend. And I woke up this morning feeling great as well. Yesterday, I did not eat well at all. Yesterday, we went to Topgolf, and I had 2 slices of a hot honey pepperoni flatbread. I had a bite of a cheeseburger. I had 2 mac and cheese bites, and I even had 2 of these like sweet little donut things. So I kind of snacked on everything yesterday at Topgolf. And then for dinner, I had panda. So yesterday was not a good day. It was the worst day of the whole week, but I'm not mad about it. Again, I went to Topgolf with my best friend. It was a lot of fun. And I'm not mad about it, but I was kind of worried that it was going to upset my stomach last night into today. And so far, so good. We're hoping that that stays away, especially because of my period ending. I thought I might have worse side effects this weekend, but that's not the case, which means that if you are struggling with side effects, get into ChatGPT. Ask ChatGPT for a plan. Tell ChatGPT what you were eating. Ask him, why are you having these side effects? He will give you a plan that if you stick to, I think could help you with your side effects. It's amazing. He knows what he's talking about. I don't know how it works, but so far, so good. I have not had diarrhea this weekend. I stuck to the 6 milligram dose. I did not decrease like I think everyone thought I was going to. I actually thought I was going to. I even considered doing a 3 milligram and a 3 milligram, but I want to be consistent. Like I said, we are in the experimental zone, and I feel like if I had gone down or split my dose, then I would not be able to know what would have happened if I just stuck with it. And that's what I did. And so far, so good. We'll see how this week goes as far as weight loss goes. Again, I am planning on going to the gym. It is the week of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving doesn't scare me because I'm not a sweets person anyway. So the fact of like, I'm not going to be like having 10 pieces of pie. I've never been that person. I don't really like turkey. The only thing that I'll probably eat a ton of is mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes are my favorite Thanksgiving food. Tell me yours, by the way, in the comments. Tell me your favorite Thanksgiving food or your favorite Thanksgiving tradition. I would love to hear it. But for me, it's 100% mashed potatoes. I do like myself a pumpkin pie. On Tuesday, we are having a pie party at the end of the day in my classroom, so I will have a piece of pie then. But I will be able to easily stick to one piece of pie. And that's the thing about a GLP-1 medication. If you are thinking about going on a GLP-1 medication, do it because it's going to help you just make better choices. It's going to keep you from overindulging and eating too much. You're still going to be able to enjoy your favorite foods, but you're going to feel good about it because you didn't overeat. And that's the thing. We don't feel bad because we had one piece of pie. Nobody feels bad because they had one piece of pie. We feel bad because we had 2 or 3 or 4, or we ate the entire pie. And a GLP-1 is going to keep you from doing just that. They are completely life-changing. This week was really, really great. We did order Domino's this week on Wednesday or Thursday, but every other day this week we ate at home. I did not order food to work at all except for Friday where I ordered chicken noodle soup, so I'm not sure that counts. And then the only days that we ate kind of bad was yesterday, which is on a Saturday, because we went out and we lived our life. Saturdays are a little bit more difficult just because we tend to have plans on Saturdays, and that's just kind of life. I'm not going to change the fun things that I do. I didn't eat as much as I would have before. That's the win there. It was a really good week. Even though the scale went up, I did everything right. I went to the gym. I worked out. I didn't order fast food. I didn't overeat. I did everything that I set out to do this week, and the scale still went up. I need you to remember that the number on the scale does not tell the full story. We cannot rely on that number to make or break our week. This week was a success. I'm very happy with this week. Do I get to take off any more of those sticky notes? No, I do not. I actually should put one back up, but we're not doing that. We're not putting them back up. Once they're off, they're off. We will see what this week brings. If you want a more day-to-day update, follow me on Instagram. That's where I post all of my day-to-day stuff. And you can just stay more up to date into all of the experimental things I'm doing, because I am currently in the experiment zone, getting myself to 135 pounds, staying consistent, and adding in the lifestyle choices that I want to take into the rest of my life. All right. If you guys are ready to get started on a GLP-1, I get my GLP-1 from Elara. Can't see it because of my hair, but I get my GLP-1 from Elara. Elara does currently have a Black Friday special where you get $50 off if you are already on a GLP-1, or $80 off if you are starting brand new to a GLP-1 medication. I also have the GLP1 Girl Code. It is open. It is actually at the lowest price it will ever be right now, because I am having a Black Friday special where you can join the GLP1 Girl Code, the premium version, for only $15 per month. That's the lowest it's ever going to be again. After December 1st, it's going to go back up to $25, where it will live for a very long time. And we will just see where it goes from there. But now is the time to get in if you want in. Let me know how your week went. And I hope that you have a fantastic Thanksgiving. Spend it with the people you love. Take some time and just disconnect for a day. And remember, you are doing so much better than you think. You've got this. Bye.